Colonel Kemp, talk to me about why you are in Israel at the moment.
I'm observing the conflict here. I'm frequently in Israel, particularly when there are conflicts going on. And today I've been on the border with Lebanon, where the situation is heating up there. Just before I arrived this morning, there was an attempt by Lebanese Hezbollah, directed by Iran, as Hamas and Islamic Jihad in Gaza are also directed by Iran, to infiltrate Israeli territory. They were taken out by Israeli airstrikes. And while I was there, Hezbollah again opened up in that same area with rockets, and Israel responded with a pretty significant attack against them. So it's not everyone's looking at Gaza quite rightly, but the situation on the Lebanese border is beginning to heat up as well, which could potentially leave Israel with a two-front war in its hands.
So what we've got on screen is a live shot of Gaza. Colonel Kemp, I want to ask you about this because people often talk about the closeness with Iran, and it seems that the countries that feel like they have an involvement with Iran seem to be in flux. In your view, a lot of people have been saying that Iran are involved in this in terms of maybe supplying weapons or perhaps finance. Is there any real evidence that that is the case?
There is evidence. There's years' worth of evidence of Iran funding and arming and helping to train Hamas in Gaza and also Islamic Jihad, the other major terrorist groups in Gaza. There's acres of evidence about that. There's also plenty of evidence of Iran's involvement with Hezbollah. Iran created Hezbollah back in the 1980s, and Iran funds Hezbollah, it arms Hezbollah, it directs Hezbollah. And equally, if you go across the border into Syria, Iran is attempting to form and has been attempting to form a base of attack against Israel from Syria. And Israel, a few days ago, launched preemptive strikes against airports in Damascus and Aleppo to preempt the possibility of an attack on Israel from there. And then, of course, we have the West Bank, the Judea and Samaria, as it's also known, in which Iran has been arming, funding terrorist cells there to attack the Israelis. So I would say Iran's fingerprints are all over this conflict in every aspect of it. And they're working hard now. And their rhetoric, if no more proof was needed, their rhetoric shows that they want a massive uprising, not just in the countries they control around or certainly influence around Israel, but also around the whole of the Arab world.